So we created our worksheet from our YouTube video, and based on past experience using Brisk, I would make a copy of the worksheet because sometimes if things go wrong, it actually deletes the worksheet. So I'm going to just make a copy of this. So file, make copy. I'm just going to call it like that. Now, so that makes a copy. I'm going to just keep that. Now, hopefully I won't need it, but it is good practice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to generate an answer key for this sheet, and then we're going to use that answer key to create a rubric, and then I'm going to show you how you can apply the rubric to this to give feedback to the students on their work. So we go to the Brisk icon, and I want to create something else. So I've told it what I want to do. I want to create an answer key for this quiz, which was generated from a YouTube video. 11th grade. Now, important step here now is to don't click Brisk, because if you do, it will generate it down here onto this, and you have to copy and paste it onto this. So what I do is I highlight what I want to use. So I'm going to go all the way up, I don't want the instructions. So using those questions, right? Highlight it there like that. I'm going to click Brisket. And what it should do is it should open a new tab and generate the answer key on a separate tab. And it has. Sometimes what it does is, if you don't do it in the order I did it, if you highlight the text first or highlight all the text, when you go to generate it, it replaces the text on the page. So I would be inclined always to make copies of documents before you do anything else with them. Right, so there I have my answer key. So I just renamed that as answer key. And I'm going to relocate that in there into the folder where everything else is. So I'm using my solar gain. So I'm going to move it in there. Now, again, I am going to make a copy of this just in case something goes wrong. File, make copy. And that's it. Now, so go back to my original. Now I'm going to generate a rubric, right? So I'm going to create my Brisk icon, create rubric. Now, rubric, English, 11th grade, 5-point scale. And then I tell it what the rubric should cover. So I'm just going to use a simple prompt. Use this answer key to generate a rubric for the quiz that this answer key was created for. Check the quality of the answer and the level of understanding of the concepts involved. Now, before we brisk it, again, I'm going to highlight. Otherwise, we get the rubric generating on the bottom of the page here. So I'm going to highlight these. All right. And brisk it. And it should, yes, it goes out onto a new document. And it'll generate a rubric grading from 1 to 5. Now, it will start off like this, and then it will put it into tabular form. All right, so there's your rubric. I'm just going to give it a name. So, solar gain rubric. Given the title, I'm just going to push it into, make sure it is in my solar gain folder, put it in there. For a rubric to work in Brisk Teach, it has to be in PDF format. So I'm just going to have to download a file, download as PDF, and downloads into my download folder. And if you were using a Chromebook, you could stipulate where you want to download it to. So now we have a rubric, we have our entry keys. What I'm going to do now is I have a sample done up of a sample student answer. Now I've left the answers kind of sparse to see what feedback the rubric will give. So here is the student submission. So now I'm going to attach the rubric and give it instructions. So I go to give feedback. Now with the paid version, you get targeted feedback, right? With the free version, you get the other 3. Now, the big difference is the way it puts in the feedback in targeted one. It does it very nicely. The other 3, you have to attach it, either a document, a slide, whatever. But targeted one is very good. So I'm going to use a targeted feedback. So you get to this screen and you have to upload your rubric. So I'm going to upload the rubric and I have to give it a prompt. So there's my prompt, generate feedback. based on the rubric, check the quality of all 10 answers and give feedback on each answer. So we click Brisk. Now sometimes this can be a bit hit and miss, sometimes it skips some of the answers, but it will give you a starting point for feedback. As you can see, it is selecting the answers and giving feedback on the answer. Now some of the answers are well done, some of the answers bare minimum information, as some kids will do. Once it's finished giving the answers then, all right, you can go through and check each one of these to see, right, do you agree with it? You can, right, or you can edit it or whatever. In Google Docs, all you do is click comment to put it in. When the student gets back their work, they can look at the heading for the question and see how their answer fared, and you got the feedback for their answer. And when they click it, the color highlights. So in this video, we've taken the quiz we created an answer key, we have created a rubric, and we have applied that rubric to a student set of answers. Again, helping you do things more efficiently, working smarter and not harder.